All right, we are live once again, getting ready for the two giant picks in the third round. They are getting ready to wrap up the second round as we speak. So, Redskins got Geis. How about that? That's real cute from them. See, cruising. Part of me thinks that we have. Part of me thinks, cruising, that we need to give show the defense some love these next two picks, and I think that's kind of where I'm at. I'd like to see them do something defensively here, um, whether it be defensive end, linebacker. You got to think. You got to think that they want to replace JPP. You got to think that if you're going to be doing some 3-4 packages, you're gonna need a lot of linebackers on the roster. You're going to need more than you would for a 4-3. You're gonna need a stack of linebackers. So there's that possibility. Um, and you could obviously, from the offensive side, I would have to think that either you're looking at continuing the offensive line trend or a receiver. Um, I really like that St. Brown kid from Notre Dame. I've been on his bandwagon. Um, Obviously, a lot of cornerbacks just got taken last several picks, so that's been a popular position being taken. So I'm not saying that position's getting thin, but a lot of them has been taken so far. At least, round two's been full of cornerbacks. Right now, I'm just so happy with the first two selections. I'm just so thrilled with them that I feel like I feel like they can't go wrong. Orlando Brown, Mad Dog will be fired up. Yeah, the second pick was just awesome, man. I mean, Willie Hernandez. I tell you this, it's the thing about it. What makes it so good is the value in it. We didn't have to go up and get him. We didn't have to trade. It literally it came right to us. It was just so natural to take him there. So in a lot of ways, sometimes when draft picks you can reach for them, and you might pick somebody a little bit too early, and it ends up coming back to bite you. And that was just the perfect time to take Will Hernandez. It's just I think he was a first round draft pick, late first round draft pick, and he fell right to us because some teams did some when as we were talking about last night in our hangout, when Lamar Jackson's being taken the 32nd overall pick, that helped Willie Hernandez, get pushed back. Um, when teams are, when I think when Calvin Ridley fell to Atlanta, I think that was another thing where it just pushed everything back. And so I'm very pleased with having Hernandez, man. I'm just thrilled. And so right now I'm just really curious to see what these next two picks are. I'm glad we got two picks coming up actually really shortly here. And so I'm excited to see what they'll address. I think the one thing I'm most excited about coming up is not necessarily the player, but the positions that they'll attack. I'm really curious to see because they could go, like I said, a number of different ways. Will they continue to address the offensive line? Will they work on the defense? Um, it's really interesting to see what they decide to do. I mean, I would love a pass rusher too. I liked that key from LSU, but I don't know if he fits in our system. I was just a fan of his. I thought he was a good player. He kind of reminded me of a younger JPP version, but I think we got to pick a linebacker. I think we've got to. Um, I'm just curious. I'm very 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 curious to see what's going on. Any teams that you guys feel like has had a really good draft? Any teams that's really caught y'all's eye? I mean, obviously outside the Giants, don't be biased, but um, um, any teams that you guys out there that think's done a really good job. I mean, I think, for example, I think the Broncos have done really well. Man, you're gonna pair Bradley Chubb up with Von Miller. That's gonna be just sick, man. That's gonna be really really nice. And then they got Sutton, a big physical receiver. Um, that should be nice with them. Trying to think of another team that I thought did pretty good. I mean, I think the Browns they have really really muffed their draft. I don't understand their three picks. Um, Trying to think here. I think New England's done pretty good too. I think New England's done pretty good. I like what New England's done. Trying to think who else. Mm, I like what the Broncos have done. I really do. And see, I tell you another thing is like a guy like Mason Rudolph's still out there too. He's still out there. What's up, Mega Giants? Just waiting for these picks, man. Just we're not too far off 66th and the 69th pick. Not too far off from them. So just get ready for them. Just can't wait to see what the selections are. Really, I'm like I said, I'm more excited about the position. I'm curious to see what positions they'll attack. I have to think it's going to be linebacker. I just feel linebacker. Saw Philly got the tight end. They hopped in front of the Cowboys, and I thought it was funny that that guy's first name was Dallas, and he was named after the Dallas Cowboys. And I kind of want. I mean, obviously Philly thought that he was gonna get taken by the Cowboys, so they obviously jumped ahead. And he's gonna be like um, another Zach Ertz. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Barkley's jersey sales are really high already, which I don't know. I mean, do they? I mean, what are people? I mean, what are people buying? Do they already have jerseys with the number 26? Are people just making custom jerseys? Are people just drafting the jerseys that got number one, or can you buy those and then they'll just send it to you whenever they figure out the number? How does that work? Do they know for sure? I haven't even. I'm assuming that he is taking 26. I haven't seen anything official that he's taking number 26. I don't know if there's been an official report or anything like that. Maybe somebody else has saw something. I haven't really looked for it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Jaden, I like Key, man. He was honestly one of my favorite players in college football to watch. Um, just because he kind of reminded me so much of JPP, and just I thought he was really good. I mean, it'd be I'm sure, Tony. I'm sure he's wearing 26, but you just never know. You just never know. What's up, 24/7 or 24 Sports 7? That's right, baby. Go Giants. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you this. I've been thinking about getting one of them, getting the draft day hats. I've been on the fence about them the last week, and I was like, well, I'm gonna wait and see what they look like on TV, and I'm gonna look at them, and then I've been seeing players wear them and whatnot, and I don't know if I like them yet or not. I don't know. Maybe you guys can comment on them, but I've been on the fence about them. I don't think he's been taken yet. I don't think Griffin's been taken yet. I mean, I can't say enough how happy I am with the two picks the Giants. Um, hey, if they draft, look, obviously the I don't think the offensive line is done. I don't think it's a finished product by any means, right? Because we don't know what the hell we can't count on Eric Flowers anymore. Like we just can't do it. Like if he ends up being on the line next year for the Giants, then whatever. But like we just can't even count on him. So here's what I think's going to happen. I think Brett Jones will be the center. Obviously, I think our boy Big Willie will be starting at guard, and I think Big Nate who we got from the Patriots, I think he'll be definitely the left tackle. So I think right now at the moment the Giants can pencil in three offensive linemen for their starters, or hog mollies, that is. They can pencil three hog mollies. They got to find for sure two more. Now, we obviously got the guy from Jacksonville, Omea, and then we've obviously got Eric Flowers still out there, who was a top 10 pick for us. I 24/7, 24 Sports 7, I don't think anybody's taking Eric Flowers from us. I mean, I wish somebody would give us a pick for Eric Flowers. I don't think that's happening, though. I don't think anybody's handing that over. They know it. I mean, I don't know how well regarded he is, but yeah, I mean, I think the Giants at 66 or 69 could even potentially take another hog molly. I think they could take a DN. I think they could take a linebacker. The great thing is we got two picks there, the 66th and 69th. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Tony Perry, Chad Wheeler played late in the year last year. I watched him closely. I thought he played pretty good considering he was an undrafted free agent for the Giants, and I kind of viewed him as somebody who could just potentially grow and just keep getting better as a pro, and now, with the new coaching staff, it's really depending on if the new coaching staff really likes him, how they view him. I thought he played pretty good for an undrafted free agent who was coming in late in the year to take care of some injuries that had happened. But if Wheeler could step up, that'd be great, man. I'd love it. I'd love if he could do it. I know he was somebody who could have been drafted last year, but he kind of fell back, or he got undrafted because of the injuries and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'd be all for that if Chad Wheeler could be the right tackle. It's just, I just think right now the tackles that the Giants have on their roster, I don't know if you can trust them to A, be a starter, B, be good enough, and so we'll wait and see. I mean, obviously, we'll see with this draft because if the Giants don't draft a tackle, then obviously they feel like they're good enough with what they've got. But we'll just have to wait and see what they end up doing. But looks like we're on deck now. Oakland will go next. I'm not looking. I won't be. I'm not looking on Twitter or anything like that. I'm just gonna see who the Giants get. I'm gonna kind of let the TV tell me who they get, and so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much faith in Eric Flowers either at this point. Um, I was getting ready to buy the that he could play right tackle. That's what I kind of was under the impression that maybe move him away from the left tackle spot where there's a whole lot more. It's a harder position to play than right tackle. Uh, but I kind of thought that right tackle would take some pressure off of him. But so far, he's not even showing up in mini camps. So he's not. He's clearly not even. He doesn't care about getting better. He doesn't care about setting um, um, you know, I mean, he's literally got a fresh start with the new coaching staff. A new GM, and he's not setting a good first example. You know, Orlando Brown. I know Bad Dog would be excited about that. Obviously, that's a possibility. Um, I think coming into before last year, before the football season last year in college, I think he was more highly regarded, and I think he had a bad season last year, and kind of dropped him down in the draft a little bit. I just feel like if you're a Giants fan, you really have nothing to complain about right now. First two picks. I know there's some people that really wanted the quarterback, but I just don't. I think we've got two great players so far. I really do. I think we've got two exceptional players, and we're going to get back to running the football, which is great. I don't need a quarter. I honestly, I don't even need a quarterback if my team can run the football really good. I mean, I'm not saying um, I'm not saying that Blake Bortles is Eli Manning, but I mean, obviously the Jaguars run the football and play good defense, and Bortles don't have to do a whole lot. So if the Jacksonville Jaguars can get to the AFC Championship game with Blake Bortles as their quarterback because they got a great running back, a good little solid offensive line, a good defense, hey, the Giants can too. Absolutely. Bradshaw was a good running back for the Giants. I mean, I hated when he had to go. I mean, he was a solid running back for the Giants. He wasn't as good as Tiki Barber, but he was a good running back. Who's your favorite? Like as far as current Giant or Giant player of all time? I mean, Eli, Eli's is probably one of my favorites. I mean, he's up there, man. I love me some Eli Manning. far as some of my favorite Giants of all time, I was a big Jeremy Shockey fan, Jason Sehorn, um, um, Michael Strahan, Jesse Armstead. Let's see. Um, Obviously, Lawrence Taylor. Um, love Lawrence Taylor. I actually been thinking about. I've got some wall space here in my little man cave, and I've been thinking about getting a Lawrence Taylor uh, picture to kind of just have. But all right, it says it picks in for the Giants, so let's get ready to. 3 wins in 2017, boy, and I was there for all three of them. Whew. I don't like that stat. Missed playoffs last five of the last 6 seasons. Yeah, that shit's changing. What if we take the one boy? Man, wouldn't that be something? Mets. We just got rid of JPP and everybody, all the finger jokes, and then we get the guy without the hand. Which, hey, he's a good player, man. It's amazing because I think if he had two hands, I think he would be a first round draft pick. I really do. I think if the man had two hands, he would be a first round draft pick. Don't spoil it. I don't want. I'm not reading any of the chat anymore. I'm not answering any more questions. I'm not looking at the chat anymore. I want to see it. I want the reaction. I'm just gonna wait till the pick's it. Let's see how I see the pick. Just waiting on the pick. Of course, we got to go commercial. We got to sell. We got to sell ads. All right, let's see this pick. Is Justin Tuck coming out there again? Oh, this is Chris Canty.
To announce the New York Giants selection, please welcome from the University of Virginia, defensive end, Chris Canty. It is my honor and privilege to be here in the stadium of the franchise that drafted me to announce the pick of my hometown team where I won a Super Bowl.
Man, I love those Let's Go Giants towels.
With the 66th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Lorenzo Carter, linebacker, Clemson.
Georgia. Okay. Lorenzo Carter, hey, linebacker. He's big, man. This guy's huge. Man, I like this pick. Big physical linebacker.
This guy's body type reminds you of Chandler Jones. That's what he is. He's a long, lanky guy with
Yeah, Chandler Jones, because they're wanting to recreate that Cardinals defense. We have to get to. We're gonna have to get to Uncle Lou and ask Uncle Lou what he thinks, man. Of course, I follow SEC. I'm in SEC country, and he's a good player, man. I like it, man. I like it. I do. I like it a lot. I mean, the Giants just keep getting all the needs, man. They needed a linebacker. They needed offensive line help. They needed a running back. They just keep getting it, man. They just keep getting them, man. Now and here we are again. We just got a couple more picks in front of us, and then we get the 69th pick. I like Lorenzo Carter. And that's what you're going to – I mean, in that defensive scheme, you need big physical players, man. And that's what we got. That's what we just drafted. Pretty pumped about that. Yeah, Gettleman is killing it, man. If anybody said hello, my bad. I wasn't looking at the chat. Let's see here. Yep, JD. Giants having a hell of a draft. You're damn right. What's up, ACG, man? Don't anybody spoil the 69th pick for me either. Now, okay, so here we go. So they got the running back. They got the hog molly. They got the big linebacker. Which I kind of said that we needed. Let's show some attention to the defense now. Which, by the way, I want to look at something real fast. It looks like Carter was ranked, the fourth. He was the fourth best outside linebacker coming into this draft. So that's a really nice pick. Kid Blue. I know I'd heard that. Obviously I've heard a lot about Lorenzo Carter. I wish I could. I really want to talk to Uncle Lou. I'm thinking now. I'm trying to think. I think they would go defensive end next. Maybe receiver. I'm loving the Giants draft, man. I'm trying not to be biased, but I think they've honestly had the best draft so far, man. I honestly think they've had the best draft. I'm trying not to be biased, though. Trying not to be biased. I really think they've had the best draft. I'm sure an Eagles fan will correct me, but I really think they've had the best draft. I mean, they're not only are all three good picks, but they're all three good picks that could play week one. Like they all three can play week one. I mean, this is what I was talking about. Like we're not rebuilding, we're retooling. We're just getting some more pieces, and then boom, we're ready to go again. This is what I'm talking about. These guys can come in and play right away. All right, so Giants are up next. So I've got to quit reading the chat again. So it's going to get a little boring again because I can't. I don't want anybody to spoil it for me.
Make another selection. Let's find out who it is. They decided to give me a mulligan.
Yeah, you messed up, Canty.
With the 69th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, your New York Football Giants select B.J. Hill, defensive tackle.
B.J. Hill, they went defensive line.
All right, Chris Canty, you got the school right this time, big man. Way to go. B.J. Hill played alongside Bradley Chubb. He's one of 4 Wolfpack
And again, they went with a 300-plus pound guy to be on the line. They went and got two big physical defensive players. It's kind of what I was saying when I first came back on here, is that I thought they would attack. They went and got two offensive players. Now go out and get two defensive players, and they went and got two really big players. The thing is, the only thing is you got to think now you're going to see, because I thought Thompson played good enough that he could be on that line. I mean, you could see Tomlinson, you could see Snacks, and I'm assuming that they're just trying to create a little pass rush there. That's interesting. I think they just went with a big physical guy in that spot right there. They're just attacking the defensive line. So the Giants come back in the third round with their two picks, and and that's it. That is Kid Blue. That's what he is. He's a 3-4 D end. That's why I'm saying, like, that Key guy who I really liked. He's not I didn't think he fitted the 3-4 pro scheme, and so they went out and got a big 3-4 D end is what they did. And so, it's like they said on TV, it's like he's a 4-3 D tackle, but the way that the Giants are gonna play it, he can play D end on the 3-4. So because you're gonna have those big physical gap stoppers on the D line, and then you're gonna have your athletic big physical linebackers. Vernon now is being moved. It's reported at mini camps that they took him off the line. They're going to stand him up now, so he's going to be out there. And I like. I think I could see Goodson, Vernon, Carter, and Ogletree as the four linebackers for the Giants. I really could, man. I could see it, and then I could see Tomlinson for sure, and Snacks up front. So I mean, the front seven is really starting to come together, man. The front seven for the Giants defense is starting to really starting to come together. You can start to kind of see the picture. And then obviously you're going to have guys like, Jack Rabbit Jenkins out there. Eli Apple's going to be out there. Collins is going to be out there. I think Adams is going to get the other spot, but maybe you might think Thompson will. But you could also see I could see them having Collins in the box a lot. I mean, the Giants. So here's what the Giants have done so far with their first four picks. They went out and got Barkley, came back today, got Willie Hernandez. So two offensive pieces to clearly run the football, and then they got two big defensive players in the third round. So, I mean, I really feel like the Giants so far has had the best draft. I really liked what they've done. Well, I failed to mention him, Kid Blue, Kareem Martin. That's clearly just another piece that they're just going to add and have that rotation in there. I mean, that's to me is what I think what I'm starting to kind of vision as I get this instant reaction and take it in. So I think that's what's happening is they just went out and got another guy to mix in that rotation. So, but anyways, I don't think the Giants are going to obviously make another third round selection. So I think I'm going to shut it down for tonight. I appreciate obviously if the Giants was to sneak up, take another selection, I definitely would go live again. But appreciate everybody coming in, saying hello, hanging out. I definitely probably will be doing a post-draft video. I plan to go live at least one time next week to talk about the draft, talk about what we could be seeing this upcoming season with the players we obviously just drafted and what we got. So Be looking out for that. And so far, so good for the Giants. I mean, as I call him, Mr. Fix It, Dave Gettleman. He's done a really nice job. I like what he's done. Even this last pick, I like the creativity of it. I think it's another man. I think it's another man to bring in the rotation. I don't know if I mean, I love the Lorenzo Carter pick better because I think Lorenzo Carter's for sure can be a starter. Um, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, obviously, you want to have as many quality players as you can on the front seven because that's going to win you football games. So, but once again, just want to appreciate it. I just appreciate everybody hanging out with Pizzle, taking it in. We'll be looking for more content in the next day or two. And like I said, if the Giants slip in the third round again and get another selection, I'll definitely go live again. But if not, I'm gonna shut it down for the night and the next day or two. See you.